Is that your lady, Anna Macias?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's my wife. Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we are, guys. We are live, man. We're live. We sorry about that. We had some internet connections, as you know, it happens a lot lately. Especially from my house, the Wi-Fi is fucking tremendous right here, in and out, good and bad, dude. Anyhow, I'm Tom Owens from the HammerFist podcast. I'm here from MMAFightPass.com. I'm here today with a special guest, guys. I got my friend Gabriel Smith. He's out of Humboldt, California, right here, and he's joining me for the show 1 week out before the fight. Gabriel, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing awesome. Just got back from watching some of my teammates fight. You know, I saw them, one of our guys got a really good win, so I'm ready to, piggyback off of that and get a win on Friday.
So you're up there in Humboldt, California, and I used to live up there. I used to live in Arcata, and I lived in Eureka as well. What
Hmm.
town are you in, Arcata or Eureka?
I'm in Eureka.
You're in Eureka, man. That's
Yep.
awesome. That's Eureka is where I got my first start in jujitsu at the Eureka Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Kodokan. It was a form of Japanese jiu-jitsu, and
Nice.
unfortunately, my sensei Ed Peterson, he passed away a couple years ago. But he was an awesome dude, and that's where I got my start with Japanese jiu-jitsu and judo. It was really something else. Where do you train at right there in Eureka?
So I train at an Institute of Combat. So Institute of Combat's in Arcata. We have a second location in Fortuna, but I train out of the Arcata location. I teach in the Fortuna one actually. So I'm a teacher over there as well. But where I train all my teammates, we're over in Arcata.
Dude, that's so cool, man. I would have loved that. Wasn't definitely wasn't there when I was there. This was like 20 about 22 years ago when I was living up there, man.
Okay.
And
Oh
there
wow.
was nothing like that was up there. There was a school. There was a guy by the name of Hal Faulkner.
Yep, I
I
know
don't know.
Hal. Yeah.
Oh, you do know him.
Yep, I
Okay,
know Hal.
so
Yeah.
Hal Faulkner was he had a school going up there when I was up there. And is he part of the Institute of Combat?
No, he'll come by every once in a while. He gave actually my coach his black belt. So,
Ah,
so yeah, he'll come by. I'll see him every once in a while. He'll come and work out every once in a while still. So, it's always cool to see Hal, coming to the gym and everything.
dude, that guy's an OG then, man. He's been
Yep,
around for a long
yeah.
yeah. He's been around for a long time doing his thing. And who was Hal Faulkner underneath? Do you know by any chance?
Was it Hegan?
Hegan
It might
Machado.
have been Hegan, I think. Maybe. I could be wrong on that, but I think it was.
Interesting. That's super cool, man. So you're right there. You live in Eureka, but you do your training in Arcata. It's a short little drive away. You guys, if you haven't been up to Northern California, up to the Humboldt County, it's man, it's a beautiful spot. I love it up there so
Beautiful, yep.
much. Dude, I miss it up there so bad, man. Especially, I don't know if you've been how down here in the Central Valley, brother. But it's right now the weather's good. It's nice and cool and chill. But in the
Mhm.
summertime, it's brutally hot, man. But up in Humboldt, dude, up in Humboldt, that weather is just it's beautiful all year round, and you're
Mhm.
literally like 10 minutes away from the coast line, and you're like 10 minutes away from the beautiful redwood trees. What do you do right there in Eureka besides training?
Ooh, training takes up most of my day, but I mean, I like going out, I like riding my bike around and everything. I like being outside. I can't be inside too long. I start getting all irritated and agitated and everything. So I have to be outside. I have to be doing something. So if I'm not training, I'm usually out and about. I like riding my bike, going on runs and everything. You know, the beach, like you said, is just a couple minutes away. We live right next to one of the redwood parks, so that's just 2 minutes up the street. So I like being out and about.
That's awesome. Yeah, the redwood. You got the redwoods just right there down the street from you, man. And dude, you can get out for a run or a bike ride or anything like that. It's really nice. You want to get your cardio in. You're in a beautiful spot to
Hmm.
do it. Now,
Exactly. Yep.
as far as martial arts go, Gabriel, how old are you, and how old were you when you got your start training in martial arts?
So I'm 25 years old. I got my first actual start in like a gym when I was 20 years old, I think. But I've been into MMA since I was like a teenager. So me and my twin brother, I actually have a twin brother, and we're training partners. We're main training partners, and we grew up together, obviously. So we would fight with each other all the time. And, we fought each other since, there's pictures of us as like, 2-year-olds with like boxing gloves on, beating each other up. So we fought each other, our whole lives. When we were about, 15 years old, we really got into MMA. We watched Bully Beatdown with Mayhem Miller. And that's what really got us into it. So, we watched YouTube videos, try to learn how, like do submissions on each other. And then it wasn't until my coach actually, he opened up his gym and he sent me a message telling me to, to come train and everything. So after a little bit of time and, him actually, digging at me to come train, I actually came and trained. So, shout out to John Thompson for getting me into training and everything.
So John Thompson, is he the head coach at Institute?
Yep. Yeah.
Now he's the head coach. Who is he underneath by chance? Is he a jiu-jitsu student or is he a MMA student, just all in all?
So he got his black belt under Hal. He's trained at a bunch of places all over the place. So I know he trained at like Cobra Kai Jiu-Jitsu in Las Vegas. He trained with Dave Terrell in I believe at Santa Rosa. So he's trained all over the place. He's gone over. He's learned from some of the best. But he got his black belt under Hal actually. So.
And Dave Terrell's a good guy to train with. When I used to compete in jiu-jitsu, Dave Terrell was underneath Cesar Gracie at the time. I believe he got his black belt from Cesar Gracie. But Dave Terrell, he was all around. He would train with Half Gracie, who I trained underneath. But I would see him competing underneath Cesar Gracie. Anyhow, Dave Terrell, he's one of those guys that's trained with a lot of the greats, both of the Diaz brothers. He's trained with them, and he's been all over the place. So that's cool. But Hal Faulkner, man, that's so cool that that you know Hal. I'm serious, bro. That's so cool because this was when I was like 25, 26 years old up there in Humboldt. And Hal Faulkner, he was a little bit younger back then, but he was really getting the thing going up there in Humboldt County. Like I said, where I was training, the Eureka Judo and Jiu-Jitsu Kodokan, it was a Japanese Hawaiian form of Jiu-Jitsu. The only Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was Hal Faulkner up there. Now, besides Hal and you guys with the Institute, what else is going on up there in Humboldt right now? Are there other BJJ schools, or is that pretty much it?
There's a couple more. So I know there's 2 more in Arcata right now. There's 3 in Arcata. We have 1 in Fortuna. I think there might be 1 in Eureka. So it's definitely, a lot more popular now than, when you lived up here. That's for sure. But right now, I mean, it's like 5 gyms up here in Humboldt, I think.
Damn, that's a trip. I can't wait. I can see myself moving back up there and retiring up there. I got my job at where I work now. I work at Costco Wholesale, and I started up there in Eureka at the Costco in Eureka, and that's where you know what I mean. Like my sister was going to Humboldt State University. I was going to College of Redwoods right there in Eureka, and I started working at Costco right there, and I was just working at Costco and doing the jiu-jitsu right there. And I was born and raised here in Visalia, California, but I went up there to, I was getting in a lot of trouble here when I was younger. There's a lot of easily to get in trouble here in Visalia. There's nothing to do. And but getting up there, my mom sent me up there. It was an escape from here. And Humboldt was just such a chill place, dude. All the people up there are so cool. And man, dude, were you born and raised up there or what?
I was raised here. I was born in San Diego, but when I was like 3 years old, me and my family, we moved up here. So I basically grew up in Humboldt. I lived here my whole life since I can remember. So yeah.
Humboldt County, they got the green trees.
Yep.
That's cool, man. Anyhow, what does your family think about this whole MMA business and the martial arts and the whole MMA business? Are they coming down here with you for this fight?
Yeah, they're gonna come down with me. I don't think my mom loves MMA. She loves watching me fight. My mom loves it. So, the rest of my family, I'm gonna have my wife come with me, her family. My 3-month-old son's gonna be there, so that's good. It's cool. Yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I remember. That's cool, man. Dude, my family, they would come to my fights. I didn't have a long MMA career. I had like 4 fights in professional MMA. Here, it got pretty popular here, but my family was always right there, man. And it was a real trip when you have your family, your brothers and your sisters, your mom and your dad right there in the crowd watching you fight. And the mom's always kind of tripping on it, but she's right there, got your back too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's a good little 8-hour drive that you're taking down here with the familia. Yeah. Are you guys coming down, what, a couple days before the fight? How's that going to
I'm
work?
gonna be there. I'm gonna get there like Thursday early evening probably, and that way I can rest a little bit, and then because weigh-ins are same day, so make sure weight's all good and everything, and weigh in, and then fight that night.
So you're coming down Thursday. The fight is on Friday night, and you guys are weighing in on Friday. Who is
Mhm.
your opponent again?
He's Lazarus Maldonado.
Lazarus Maldonado. Okay,
Hmm.
so I tried to get a hold of him and to get him on the podcast, but he's wasn't reaching back out. So he's
Hmm.
getting ready for the fight, obviously.
Yep, yep.
And yep, everybody, So I really respect you, man, for getting on here and doing the show with me 1 week before the fight. It's a lot to ask of a fighter to get him. You know what I mean? To get you on a week before your fight because I know you got things going on. But you seem like the type of person to me that you've been preparing for this fight for some time. How long has your camp been?
I think I found out about the fight mid-December, so I've been training since mid-December. So was that about 2 months? Been training nice and hard for it. So
Plus, on top of that, I'm sure you do your regular training. When you're
yep.
throughout the week, when you're not getting ready for a fight, how many days a week do you normally train?
Uh, 5 days a week, and then I like to do a little bit of extra cardio on Saturdays usually too. So I'll 6 days a week.
Besides that, where do you work at over there? Are
So
you
I
working?
actually work at the gym. Yeah, yeah. So I work at the gym, that's an awesome job to have. It doesn't feel like a job, So it's like that's like the best thing you can have. I also work at the courthouse over here, and then I also do photography.
You do photography. What's that all
Yeah, yep.
about?
So I like to do, like portraits, family portraits, couples, weddings, all that stuff. It's just an art form that, I found, like in, high school that I've just stuck with since, and I really enjoy doing it.
That's cool, man. That's hella interesting, dude. So now the MMA world, as far as the MMA world goes, how many MMA fights do you have on your record so far? Is this the first one, or is it going to be more?
So I'm 3-0.
You're 3-0. That's
Yep.
awesome, dude. That's great. Now, have you fought for 559 fights before, or is this the first time?
No, so this is my first time, but I've definitely seen their fights. I watch their fights on YouTube every time they come out and everything. So I've definitely known about them for a while. I know they're pretty big, down there and everything. But this is my first time fighting for them.
Yep, you're coming into a great showdown here. Jeremy Luchow, guys, he's the promoter for 559 Fights. And Jeremy, I got a lot of respect for him. He's been around our local MMA scene, has been going for some time now. It's at the casinos first, but now Jeremy has took it to the next level, and he's got it going at these different locations. Well, the show you're going to be fighting at this time, it's here in Visalia. I don't know if you've been to Visalia yet, but it's at the
Never.
Visalia Convention Center. And the convention center is like the biggest little stage we got right here for any kind of event like this.
Hmm.
And yeah, the convention center, guys, is really something else. It's going to be great. You're going to love it, brother. You're really going to love it. Your family's going to love it. There's not a bad seat in the house. Everywhere you're at in the convention center is a good seat. It's going to be live. Everything is going to be live. I'm going to be right there. I'm going to be refereeing some jiu-jitsu
Nice.
matches. So, yeah, on the same night we have some submission-only jiu-jitsu matches going.
Okay,
And
that's
yep,
rad.
so it's going to be cool, man. So besides the MMA action, we got these jiu-jitsu matches going too. Anyhow, Jeremy Luchow, if you're out there watching, we got a lot of respect for you. And I'm glad you got Gabriel Smith. We got an up north guy from Humboldt County coming in to fight. Yeah, it's going to be cool, man. It's going to really, really be cool. Now, what about sponsors, brother? Do you have sponsors that are backing you up?
Yep, Happy Joe Incorporated. I have that. I have a Bottle and Cork Liquor Store, Exit Realty, and then I want to, obviously my gym, Institute of Combat, and 21 grams strength and conditioning.
Good for you, man. So yesterday we had a podcast here in the local valley, just right down the road. See, I work for MMA Fight Pass. We are new at the MMA Cage Fight Show Productions. We're having our own productions now. We have one coming up on March 5th. Anyhow, we've done one, and we have our second one coming up. But I had a big podcast yesterday with like 6 fighters that are fighting for us. None of
Okay.
them had any sponsors or anything yet, man. They're barely hitting people up, and dude, the sponsorship is a big thing, man. Don't you feel like it's helping you
Yeah.
out?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just to just to have a little bit of extra help, just so I can, keep training, not have to, stress so much about, finances and everything too. So it's a huge blessing to, just like a little bit of money, in my bank account, just to, so I can keep training, keep doing what I need to do, and, keep my, my head on my shoulders.
Now you're 3-0 with MMA right now. So where did you get your first start in MMA? Do they have these cage fights up there in Humboldt or what?
So my first one, actually, my coach had set up a show up at Trinidad.
Yep.
Yeah, up in Trinidad, so at the casino up there. So that was my very first fight, which was back in 2019, and then I had my second fight, San Jose, which was back in July, and then I actually fought for my third fight was a 5150 title fight back in November. So I won that. So I'm the 5150 title holder as well.
Good for you. Yeah, Trinidad's another beautiful spot up there. Dude, you're
Yep.
so stoked and lucky to be up in that spot, man. I just can't wait. Me and Archie will take a trip up there. Me and the producer, the one that you were talking to a few minutes ago.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, guys, we have some internet connections, but it happens. We're doing these virtual podcasts. The internet, we used to do these podcasts all the time in a room with our guests. When COVID hit, we started doing these virtual podcasts, and the cool thing about the virtual is I get to talk to a guy like you that's up 8 hours away from me. You know what I mean? I don't have to have you here in the room. Unfortunately, the thing, guys, with the virtual podcast, we have internet issues, but it is what it is, and luckily we were able to get it logged through. And hopefully, you're now that's your lady, Anna Macias. Are you guys married, or is she just your lady?
Yep, yeah, we're married.
Okay, cool, man. So Anna, I hope you're getting to check this out and see it. You had a lot of other people that were hitting me up too that wanted to see this show live. So I'm hella glad that we were able to get it going, dude. Cool, man.
Awesome,
It's super, it's so cool, brother. I'm serious. I'll be able to meet you in person when you get here Thursday. I'm off. I work in the morning, but I have the whole rest of the day free. So maybe you can hit me up through Messenger, like we've been talking.
Mm-hmm.
Hit me up. We could go to a good little healthy spot to eat. I got a buddy, one of our jiu-jitsu partners, and we got, get you some healthy food in you, bro. Make sure you eat right and get the right thing in you, and then you'll do your weigh in the next day. You'll be all set to go. But anyhow, that's so cool, man. Okay, so I got Archie tuning in right here. Yeah, me and Archie will meet you, and hopefully one of these days, me and Archie will be able to do our other show inside the dojo. That's where we take trips all around California and the United States, and we'll go in. It'll be me and the podcast crew. We'll go to your dojo, bro, and we'll go in and we'll be able to get on the mat with you, and we'll be able to learn some stuff from you guys, you and your coach, and we'll be able to talk with you, your coach, other fighters you got going, and just we'll get the whole view of Humboldt County, and other people will get to see what's going on there as well too. So
that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, it's super cool, man. It's really something else. Now, as far as there around here in this area, there's a ton of people. There's a ton of young bucks that they're wanting to make their way into the MMA world and the MMA scene. A lot of the kids that I work with right now, they're training. They're doing like jiu-jitsu tournaments and wrestling tournaments, kickboxing, boxing, but they want to step into the cage. Now, what do you recommend for a guy that's just getting ready to do his first cage fight? Is there you got any recommendations, any tips that you can give?
Ooh, first you want a good coach. You really want a good coach. For me, I could trust my coach with anything. So he, if I'm slacking, he'll let me know. Just anything I need to work on. He's 100% honest, right? You need an honest coach. You need to have people behind you, not just yes men. You need to have people that are gonna actually help you. It's a crazy thing to go and fight. So you need to actually have someone who has your best interest. So I would recommend that, not taking any days off. This sport, you need to train all the time. People are evolving all the time. You can't just goof off. You can't play it. It's not a joke. So you need to definitely take it serious. So when people come in, they want to fight, and they're showing up for maybe just like a couple hours a week. It's like that's kind of concerning and everything. But I would say definitely get your training in. Have a coach that has your best interest. So like for me, like my coach, again, he's awesome. It's like I owe everything to that guy. So you need to have someone like that in your life. Especially if you're fighting. So yeah, get a good
That's a
coach,
big
train.
That's a big thing right there, the coach, and have somebody that has you in their best interest for sure. So yeah, our internet kind of messed up a little bit right there, but it's all good. The coach, guys, it's a big thing. I know there's a lot of guys that think that they can get in there and they can do it on their own. You can try it. You can try to do it on your own and this and that. But I'm serious, man. There's a lot of guys around here that they just think that, hey, I used to fight in the street. I used to be a street fighter and fighting. I hear it all the time, man. And I can take a punch, or my guy can take a punch. Hey, there's nothing great about, being able to take a punch. I mean, hey, you can do it or whatever, but that's not something that you want to be said about you. You know what I'm saying?
It's more impressive to avoid shots, in my opinion.
Exactly. Exactly. And the partying and everything like that, you know what? There's a time and place for everything. When you're getting ready for a fight, you need to have your head straight and have your mind straight, and then be right there training and doing your thing. So anyhow, my brother, this is cool, man. What do you got planned for this last week before this fight? I mean, you probably have I could see you probably got your training is pretty much wrapped up. What do you do for the last week?
So usually, I'll just, stay nice and loose. I'll train a little bit, nothing crazy. I want to make sure I have all my energy, ready. Make sure, the last, couple of pounds comes off nice and easy. So usually I like to, train my brother, just go nice and easy and everything. And then just, try to relax. I like to relax, that last week. So that way, I'm not like in kill mode the whole time and, just mentally drained.
Dude, I'd like to be a fly on the wall watching you and that brother go at it.
When you come up, you'll watch us for sure.
Hey, man,
when I come down and corner me too. So he's a funny.
Oh,
dude.
That's cool.
You'll see,
and so he's a twin brother, you said?
Yep. Yeah. His name's Gabriel Smith. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm friends with him as well on Facebook. So It's going to be cool to be able to meet you guys in person. Me and Archie will get together and we'll meet up with you when you get here Thursday. Just make sure you get a hold of me and we'll be able to meet up and we'll, you know what I mean? We'll go, like I said, we'll go out and get a bite to eat. So guys, man, it's just like that. You heard it right here. This podcast, we normally go about this length is about the time. I'm going to let you get off. I'm going to let you get it your night. You know what I mean? Are you training in it tonight or is your day pretty much wrapped up?
Yeah, my day's, we just came back from some fights a little bit earlier today. So I'm going to just relax, get back to training tomorrow morning. I usually take Sundays off anyways, but yeah.
What was that all about? Your buddy's fight tonight. Where was that at?
Oh, so they fought. Yeah, so they fought in San Jose. So that's a good like 6-hour drive for us. So yeah, so my friend Leapin Lee, he had a good fight. He lost unfortunately, but he did really good. Some good lessons, right? So and then my other good friend Dupree, he won a unanimous decision in the main event for West Coast Elite. So shout out to
West Coast Elite. Was that the name of the show or what?
Yep. Yeah.
West Coast Elite in San Jose, right? You heard it right there. So like you just said, man, sometimes what I always say, guys, is whatever the results are when you get in the cage and you're doing this in front of a crowd, win, lose, or draw, you're a champion, man. That's the bottom line, dude. When you step into that cage and you fight in front of these people, stepping into the cage is one thing, but you're stepping into that cage in front of a crowd, your family, your teammates, and your coaches. It's a trip. It is really, really a trip. And it's something that you're doing that a small percentage of people will do in their lifetime. I mean, it's a small percentage of people that are going to have the bravery and the heart and the discipline to get in front of a crowd and fight like that. So I give props to you guys big time, man, for doing something like that. Props to your team, props to your coaches. And like I said, hopefully one of these days, me and Archie will be able to take a trip up there and we'll stay up there for a couple of days. Dude, I miss Humboldt so bad, bro. I miss Humboldt so bad. And I do, man. It's so the food, everything up there, dude, the health food, the people are so cool. They're so chill. I could tell you're from up there, man. You have that chill attitude, bro. You do, man. You have a totally chill attitude. And I can just tell the people, I bet that school that you train with is probably super, super chill.
Yeah. It's there's no, tension going in there. Like a lot of gyms, you gotta, bow and stuff like this. There's a bunch of these rules and everything. My coach is hilarious. He makes everyone feel comfortable. It definitely is chill for sure.
Dude, that's how it was when I trained at that Eureka Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. It was a trip when it was up there. Like I said, the only BJJ there was Hal Faulkner. He was the only one going on. Besides that it was Don Zanru Jiu-Jitsu. I don't even know if it's that style is up there anymore. but it was Danzanryu Jiu-Jitsu, and it was a Hawaiian Japanese based jiu-jitsu system. Anyhow, it was a trip, but the people were super cool. It was a traditional art, but I learned basically all the same techniques that we learn in BJJ now, all the chokes and the arm bars, everything like that. But they did a lot of rolling and falling. It was a traditional art, but it was a trip. But when I switched over to BJJ under Ralph Gracie, it went hand in hand with it. So I can't wait, man. Hopefully, when we go up there, I can meet Hal Faulkner. I've never met him. I've only heard about him.
Oh wow.
I've heard,
Yeah, we'll definitely set that up for sure.
Yeah, dude. I've heard nothing but good stuff about him, and I could tell that you're a student, man. You're a good student and a good friend to have, probably. So, anyhow, is there anybody that you would like to give shots to before we shut this thing down?
Yep. So I'm gonna give shout outs to my brother Israel, Cass Bell, Lee Pin, who just fought, Dupree, and my wife Anna, my son Ezekiel, everyone else on my team, my coach, obviously, Juan Thompson, and, the rest of the Institute of Combat family.
Cass Bell, he's a cool ass dude. We had that guy on the show not too long ago. We did a podcast with Cass Bell, and he hit me up just yesterday about you, and he was pretty stoked to see you today. Cass Bell, does he train right there with you guys or what?
Yeah. So he's one of my main training partners. Yeah, Cass is awesome. Yeah. If I'm training with Cass, I think that no one's gonna be able to be an amateur for sure.
You're training with Cass. That's gonna help you very much. Cass is a disciplined dude, and he is a cool ass dude. But when he steps in that ring, he's all about business, and he puts his thing down. So Cass, I got props out to Cass. I got props out to you and your whole training team and facility. And everybody else out there, I got to give props out to Archie Tovar, even though he wasn't able to join me today. He's the main producer of MMAFightPass.com and the HammerFist podcast. And our internet connections, we've been having some issues, man, right here in the Valley. Luckily, I was able to get it together with you, and we were able to do this. So, hey, man, you have a great week. Do your thing. Rest up. Eat the right kind of health foods. I'll see you on Thursday. Make sure we get together, and me, you, and your family, or whoever, we can go get a bite to eat, or at least I can send you in the right direction to get a bite to eat, okay? And then,
appreciate that.
Yep, not a problem at all, my brother. Everybody else out there, one more thing, I want to give props to Jeremy Luchow, and thank you for hooking me up with this guy, with Gabriel Smith. And Jeremy, I'll be talking to maybe a couple more dudes, and then I'm going to let the week go to let everybody get ready for their fight. So everybody else, I've had a few guys for the 559 fights on the last couple of days, but I'm not going to bother anybody else this last week. Today's Sunday. We got 5 days until this fight. Really 4 days, and then, Friday's the day of the fight. So everybody else out there, I'll see you the day of the fight. I'll be doing interviews. I'll be doing a little bit of reffing. But mainly, I'll give you an interview after your fight, providing everything goes good for you and you're feeling like it. All right, my brother?
Yep. Let's do it.
Awesome, dude. Okay, so you and your family, you have a good night. It was nice to meet you, definitely. And Anna Macia, hopefully I'm saying that right. She got in contact with me, too, so it was nice to meet her as well. Hey, man, you have a great night. You have a good time up there in Humble, and I will see you on Friday or Thursday night, my brother.
Awesome. I'll see you Thursday, brother.
Okay, thank you, Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.